I decided to review my own life, what I was taught at various stages. And first of all, I was taught about demons. That's where it started. Demons are fallen angels, like they're real, powerful, independent, etc. Then the next stage, another group, I lived in a commune, they used the phrase lower astral entities. So that's not quite as bad as a demon, but so I like the term thought form, and I just wondered, so we think thoughts, they coagulate, and they sort of keep thinking. I guess the follow-up question is, how much personality is there, or intention, or independence, or power? I mean, there's life there, but how much are they individual powers that can do things?
They have no power of assertion. They can be invited. In other words, we hesitate to put so much conversation into this that we actually pose them as creatures of the night that you may meet around the corner, because it's not like that at all. It is a coalescing of thought. In other words, if you are fearful or aggravated about something and you are offering those thoughts are emanating from you and have vibrational characteristic. And by law of attraction, other thoughts like them join your thought, and so the vibration can become stronger and stronger until there are rivers or currents that carry these thoughts. So they are fearful thoughts. It's why it's relatively easy to get the population of the planet worried about an epidemic of swine flu, because there is a vulnerable vibration that is somewhat active in a lot of people, maybe most people to some regard. So worldwide attention to something, therefore activated in many people at once, can get a stronger foothold. But this stream of the spin-off of man's conscious thought, that consciousness that exists, amounts to like a very small flea on the back of a very big dog in relationship to this vortex of well-being that is the result of what you all are living. In other words, it works like this, and we're happy that you have shined a light on it in a little stronger way for us here. So as you're experiencing contrast, knowing what you don't want, and therefore asking what you do want. When you ask for what you do want, we are not kidding you. That request springs forward in a rocket-like fashion, a vibrational rocket, and the larger part of you, who knows full well that no one would know better to ask for an improvement for you than you. So when that rocket emanates from you, your inner being and that which is source gives undivided attention to that newfound request, and the universe expands because source energy is on that request. Now that's really a big thing to understand. Now the next big thing to understand is that as those in your current now reality are sending those rockets forward, this vibrational reality is expanding and is full of better and better and better requests. When someone's rude, you ask for them to be nicer. When someone's sick, you ask for wellness. So this vibrational vortex of well-being expands, and source gives undivided attention to it. Now here's a really important thing to understand. The new energies that are coming forth, who are the consciousness that are the new infants that are being born now, they come from that vantage point of well-being. When someone croaks, we try to be as disrespectful as we can about the death experience, since there is no death. When someone releases their consciousness here in this physical body and reemerges into the non-physical, they don't bring those worrisome, lackful thoughts with them. They become what life caused them to become, and it is from that vantage point that then new consciousness is born back into this physical experience. So as a result of that, feel the power of that. Millions of people, billions of people sifting through and asking for improvement, source holding the improvement, People are croaking and so forth, and new ones coming in are understanding the fresh, new, well-being perspectives. So now there's the other side of that. When you know what you don't want, you know what you do want. And we just explained to you what happens with the what you do want part. But there is something that happens with the you know what you don't want part too. It goes into the thought form bank in the sky. It doesn't matter what you call it. It remains in this physical realm, and it doesn't have anything close to the power because source isn't behind it. There's not a source of evil. There's just the spin-off of man's lackful thought. And so if you could stop watching television, it would peter out pretty quick. In other words, it really would. It would. If you weren't keeping it active with monuments and historical documents and all of that stuff where you keep reliving the negative past, then it would eventually just peter out. In other words, it peter out in the sense that proportionately speaking, it wouldn't amount to nearly as much as the thoughts of well-being that would predominate. So the reason we put it to you in this way is because we are not acknowledging that there is no existence of it. We just want you to understand what it is and the power that it doesn't have, and your choice of whether you are a match to it or not. And so that's why we're saying to all of you who are so interested in finding the reality of things and trying to find the rightness of the reality and sorting out all of the components of life on the planet, we say, oh, what a big job you have, first of all, and what really a waste of time it is to try to sort it all out and put it into good piles and bad piles, when what you really want to do is let life cause you to expand and then do the only thing that is necessary or that you can do or that is of value to you or that will help you fulfill your reason for being, and that is line up with who life has caused you to become. Mind your own business and don't try to sort out all of that outside the vortex stuff. But we think it is important in the context of this conversation of demons and devils and all of that kind of stuff, is that the worst that can be out there is your lackful thought about things that are the opposite of what you want. And in combination, every lackful thought that has ever been thought, even if it is all gathered together, while it could give you an uncomfortable time in your bedroom if you were in the vibrational vicinity of it, it has no power, cannot assert itself into your experience, can only come by invitation, and you are only an emotional movement on the emotional scale away from being out of vibration with it anyway. Helpful?
Yes.
Devil and demons and all things of that nature are figments of man's imagination. But it doesn't mean that they aren't real, because the thoughts you think are.
Okay, thank you.
Enough?
Enough.
Really good.
Thank you.